Welcome to our every weekend explainer on what is actually the law. This is an episode for this weekend, the first episode in this weekend, where we are teaching you and explaining to you the position of the law through court helicopter news. This is a channel that is dedicated to give you free legal advice, to tell you the position of the law so that you do not get yourself in any problem. Continue watching us as we educate you, as we bring to you what is the civic education or CSR from the court helicopter news. Our topic today is about witchcraft. It's a very interesting topic. Do you know there is a law that deals with witchcraft? This law was first enacted in 1925. It has been reviewed all through, and the last revision in Parliament was in the year 2012. Are you aware that witchcraft is a criminal offense? Let us contextualize this way. This week, the President of Zambia, President Hakainde, two people were found in a hotel with witchcraft paraphernalia. The tail of a lizard, the tail of a crocodile, the monkey skin, and these types of charms. They were arrested and charged that they wanted to kill the president remotely by using this witchcraft. They were convicted and they were sentenced to 2 years in imprisonment. Several questions come into place. Is witchcraft real? Does witchcraft exist? Is witchcraft effective? Is it something you need to fear about? And if you don't need to fear about it, why does the Kenyan government, Parliament enact a law that deals with witchcraft? Welcome to Court Helicopter News. This is Court Helicopter News, first episode 1. Witchcraft is defined as anything that will be used to cause fear, to cause apprehension, to make somebody get scared that you are going to injure that person. The intention is to injure that person. And there are around 11 offenses that can be found because of witchcraft. Why will somebody go to witchcraft? Somebody's children are doing very well. You as are failing the exam, then you feel, no, I cannot keep it. I have got to get a way to eliminate these children or to bewitch them so that they start failing their exam. 2, you have very bright children who get jobs. Your neighbors think they are very bright, so you have got to bewitch them. 3, somebody's wife is more beautiful than your wife. Then you say, no, I've got to use witchcraft to get this thing. 4, somebody is getting promotions every other day in your workplace. You go home and everybody is asking, what is the problem? Why are you, Omari, still at the clerk's level, at entry grade? Oh, you know, guys have bewitched me. That's why me, I don't do success. That competition for career, that competition for success can cause jealousy. Are you jealous of your brothers? Are you jealous of your sisters? Do they have bigger land than you? And the only way you can do them is to bewitch them, to kill them. Has this person built a permanent house in the village so that your house is a smaller house? Here is a small person who is a small clerk in the county of Nairobi or employed in the village and has built a permanent house. Here is a primary school teacher who has a better house than a senior lawyer. Is witchcraft an option to go? Court Helicopter News looks at the first question and the first offense, which is One, that is section 2, which talks about a person pretending to exercise witchcraft. So if this person is appearing to pretend that is practicing witchcraft, he has worn things that want to scare people, he has carried some fly whisk, he has, in a manner, if he pretends that he actually, or behaves in a manner that he's practicing witchcraft, the law says if one is found and convicted, he will be fined a fine not exceeding 5 years. He's likely to be jailed for 5 years. That is the first offense, appearing or pretending to do what we have said, witchcraft. The second one is section 3, is a witch doctor trying to give somebody an advice or an article for witchcraft. Here we are talking of, you go to a witch doctor, he gives you an advice on what to do so that your neighbor can die, so that your neighbor can have children who are disabled, so that somebody's cow dies during delivery, and all these things. That advice, whoever gives that advice. 2, a person who gives any article, whether it's the tail of a monkey, whether it is a horn of a crocodile, whether it is a teeth of a lion, whether it is urine of a leopard, all these things, to somebody with the instructions that this one, you go and use it with an intent to harm, to cause fear, to cause apprehension to a third party in the form of witchcraft. If that person is found, he will have to go in for 10 years. The term is 10 years. The third person is the person who administers. Section 4 talks of whoever administers any witchcraft you were given. The witch doctor has gone in for 10 years. You who was given, because your wife does not love you, you go and get a love potion from that person from a witch doctor. Your husband moves out all the time, you get a concoction from that witch doctor. Then you apply. The user of that advice or the user of that with an intention to hurt shall be guilty of an offense and liable to an imprisonment of 10 years. So the witch doctor and you who is going to use this are liable if convicted for 10 years. Section 5 talks about possession of charms is an offense. If you are found in possession of things that look like they are going to be used for witchcraft, if you are found with a snake inside a matatu, you've had people traveling with their python, you've had people have snakes they feed with uji, you've had people carrying small geckos around them, you have people carrying rats, you have people carrying some funny paraphernalia, anything that looks like it is going for the purpose, you are possessing it for the purpose of witchcraft, is an offense, and it will be destroyed, and you also will face a very stiff sentence of not less than 10 years if you are found on this. Section 6 talks of charging persons with witchcraft, that the law provides that under Section 6, anybody who is found to be practicing witchcraft can be arrested. It is a criminal matter and you can be charged. The Subarus will come for you. You will be saying, oh, there is no offense called witchcraft. Section 6 provides that these people can be charged, and once they are charged, they can be fined 500,000 shillings or an imprisonment not exceeding 5 years. Then there is a very serious issue that there are people under Section 6 who call somebody a witch. Mark this. Somebody calling another person a witch. You go to the village, you go to the bar, you go to a disco, you go to church, you go everywhere, and you call somebody a witch. If you are found to be calling somebody a witch, or a group of people to be witches, and that is not true, you will be arrested and you'll be fined a fine of 500,000 shillings or an imprisonment of 5 years. Mark this very clearly. Your enemy, you normally call them, that one is a witch. Forget about that. Ule ni mchawi. He plays football. Ule ni mchawi. Anatumia uchawi. This one is good in practice of law. He's a good journalist. That because he has witches. He has hirizi. He has all these things. That in other offenses is defamation. But here, if you call somebody a witch, you will go in, you'll pay a fine of 500,000 shillings or an imprisonment of not less than 5 years. But there is a caveat. Anybody who goes and reports to a government authority, you go and report to the DCI, you go and report to a chief, you go and report to the county commissioner, you go and report to the police, you will not be arrested for calling that person a witch, so long as you have made an official complaint to the relevant investigative agencies. They will take up the investigations, forward the file to the Director of Public Prosecution, and if there is an offense, one will be arraigned in court. Therefore, it is not that when you report, you are going to be jailed. It is those rumor mongers who continue going all over the villages calling people witches without officially making a complaint. Section 7 brings about a very, very novel type of offense where one will be using non-conventional methods to discover a crime that was committed. For example, somebody's car was stolen. You go and get a witch person, mganga kutoka Tanzania, to come and discover who actually stole your cow. Your child died. Then you believe it was witchcraft. You go and look for a witch doctor to come to uncover who did this. Your television set or your handset was stolen. Then you employ the services of a witchcraft or of a wizard or a witch doctor. If you are found on this, you will be fined 500,000 shillings for employing services of a witch doctor, or to a fine to an imprisonment of not less than 5 years. Section 8 targets government officers, the chiefs, the local assistant chiefs, the DCCs, the county commissioners, anybody who has the power, a police officer, a chief who allows witchcraft in his area of operation. If you are a provincial administrator, mark it today, the Minister for Interior is going around the country with a program called Jukwaa la Usalama, and he is telling the chiefs that if they are found in their own area of jurisdiction, there is alcohol, there is busa, there is changa, they will lose their job. So another thing the minister should be telling the chiefs in his platforms is that if any of those officers allows witchcraft to be practiced in his area of jurisdiction, if he is found, he'll be fined 500,000 shillings or imprisoned for a term not exceeding 5 years. That is Section 8. Section 9 gives the provincial administration, that is the county commissioner, the sub-county commissioner, and the local provincial administration, the powers, mark this, they have the powers to order somebody who has been alleged to be a wizard, a witchcraft person, to relocate from his home to another place. Under the law, it is called to banish, to expel that person. So if you are a wizard, if you are practicing witchcraft, the local administration and order you leave that jurisdiction and you go to another place away from that jurisdiction. The mechanisms involved in this to avoid abuse is that the chief will recommend to the sub-county administrator, who will recommend to the county, previously it was the district commissioner, now the sub-county commissioner. He will order you to move away to another place where he is not going to allow witchcraft to be practiced in his place. If you are aggrieved, then you appeal to the county commissioner. This deportation from your home will go to the county commissioner. The county commissioner will forward your name and action taken to the regional commissioner. The regional commissioner will forward your name to the minister, cabinet minister in charge of internal security, and once the minister approves, you will be excommunicated from your community. A word of caution: court helicopter brings to the attention of you that you have no right to ban a witch. You have no right to destroy the property of somebody you think is a witch. You have no right to go and kill those people who either are not well dressed, are not well fed, are aged, are elderly, are disabled, or they are not in proper clothes that are clean. It is not your duty as a citizen of this country to carry your gun, to carry your panga, or to move in a gang or a mob and kill anybody who you think is a witch. You will also be arrested for having caused murder. You'll also be arrested if you injure that person you call a witch, and you'll be charged with the offense of causing grievous bodily harm. You will also be charged with an offense of robbery if you went and took properties of the person you call a witch. If you used force, you'll be charged with the robbery with violence. If you attempted to kill them, you'll be charged with the offense of attempted murder. Or if you killed, you'll be charged with the offense of murder or manslaughter. Our lesson ends there today with that caution that from Court Helicopter News, we have told you, if anybody is a witch, you can report to the relevant authorities and that person will be investigated. The provincial administration will take action to expel that person, or the DCI and the DPP will arrest and charge that person. And that person, if he is found to be involved in that witchcraft, will be convicted and be jailed under the Witchcraft Act, which is Cap 67 of the laws of the Republic of Kenya. Thank you very much. That is a one-episode show for the Witchcraft Act, which we have analyzed, and we have warned you, do not take the law into your hands. Wakili Danstan Omari. Thank you very much from Court Helicopter News.